Okay, so there's this one little file that has been making a ton of noise online lately. It's just a simple text file called llms.txt. And the buzz, the big promise, is that this is the secret key to getting your website seen by AI. You know, everything from ChatGPT to those new AI overviews in Google. So let's get into it. Is this the future, or is it all just hype?
That really is the big question, isn't it? If you own a website, if you're a developer or a marketer, you're asking this. In a world where AI is basically becoming the new front door to the internet, everybody is scrambling for an edge. Could it really be this simple?
So what is this thing exactly? Well, the idea behind llms.txt is to basically create a friendly guide for AI. Instead of just letting a bot wander all over your site through all the menus, the ads, the clutter, you give it a clean, simple map. You just drop this file in your site's main directory, and it points the AI straight to your most valuable, high-quality content.
And on the surface, it sounds amazing, right? It's such an elegant solution to a really complex problem. But as we're about to find out, there is a huge difference between the promise of this idea and what's actually happening in the real world. First, let's unpack why this whole thing got so popular. The promise of llms.txt is just incredibly appealing because it feels like it gives you a direct line to the AI, a way to communicate with it.
I think this quote from Rank Math just nails it. You're not trying to block the AI or control it. You're just guiding it. You're basically saying, hey, AI, if you really want to know what my site is all about, start right here. This is the good stuff.
And the benefits, at least in theory, sound fantastic. People who are for it say it can help AI pull cleaner info, maybe boost your chances of getting cited in an AI answer, and it could even reduce the load on your server since you're pointing bots to simple text-only versions of your pages. It's all about giving you, the website owner, a little more control.
And this quote right here gets to the heart of why we're all so desperate for that control. I mean, we've all seen it, right? AI just gets things wrong, sometimes spectacularly wrong. It hallucinates facts, it pulls from junk sources. So the dream of llms.txt is that you can hand-feed the AI your accurate, high-quality information and hopefully reduce the chance it just makes stuff up.
With a promise that powerful, it's really no surprise that a whole lot of big names jumped on board, and they jumped on board fast.
And we're not talking about small players here. We've got major tech companies like Anthropic, Cloudflare, and Stripe, who all put up llms.txt files. And then, and this is a big one, the two biggest SEO plugins for WordPress, Yoast and Rank Math, built features to let millions of users create this file with just a single click.
And this is the moment the FOMO, the fear of missing out, really kicked into high gear. When you see tools you use every single day and brands you really respect all adopting a new standard, you can't help but think, wait, should I be doing this too? Am I going to get left behind?
Okay, deep breath. So that's the hype. It's a great story. It makes a lot of sense. But now let's hit the brakes and look at what the data, the server logs, and the actual experts have to say about all this.
This is the million-dollar question. I mean, it's a great idea to leave a treasure map for someone, but what if they never even walk down your street? Are the AI crawlers from OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, are they even bothering to check if this file exists?
And here's the reality check. This comes straight from Google's own John Mueller. For what it's worth, no AI system currently uses llms.txt. That one sentence just cuts right through all the noise. And folks who have actually checked their server logs, they're confirming it. The bots just are not requesting this file. This table here breaks down the difference perfectly. You've got robots.txt, which is a universally supported standard. Think of it like a gatekeeper that all the good bots are expected to obey. And then you have llms.txt. It has no official adoption. It's just a suggestion. It's like a pamphlet that someone hands you on the street. You can, and they do, just ignore it.
And if that wasn't clear enough, Google's own official documentation for website owners says it directly. You do not need to create special AI text files to show up in their AI features. The tools and the best practices that already exist, that's what matters.
So this just raises a huge question, right? Why did llms.txt turn into this massive trend if the major players aren't even using it? What's going on here? Why is there this huge disconnect between all the industry buzz and the actual technical reality?
Well, it really comes back to a fundamental misunderstanding. People heard .txt and they immediately thought of robots.txt, a file that has real authority, real power. But llms.txt was never meant to be a gatekeeper. It's a pamphlet. It's a friendly suggestion with absolutely zero enforcement. The AIs have no obligation to read it, and, well, right now, they just don't.
And let's be honest, some of this is just the classic tech hype cycle. This comment from an online discussion just captures the vibe perfectly. There's this build it and they will come mentality. People get excited about a cool new idea, vendors rush to support it, and suddenly a trend is born, often way before it has any practical use.
Okay, so if llms.txt is not the magic bullet we were hoping for, what should you be focusing on? Let's talk about what actually works, based on official guidance and principles that are proven to get results.
So here's the playbook, and it might sound familiar. First, you've got to rank well in good old-fashioned search because that's where a lot of these AIs are getting their information. Second, use structured data, things like schema markup, to explicitly label your content for machines. Third, build real-world credibility and authority. Fourth, write clear, direct answers to the questions your audience is actually asking. And finally, make sure your technical SEO is solid so your site is fast, crawlable, and easy for bots to understand.
So, the takeaway here is pretty clear. Chasing after shiny new objects and unproven shortcuts, it's mostly a distraction. Success in this new age of AI isn't about some secret file. It's about mastering the fundamentals of creating high-quality, authoritative, and machine-readable content.
And this really brings us to our final thought. Maybe the real secret to answer engine optimization isn't some new technical trick at all. Perhaps the most powerful strategy has been right in front of us this whole time. Just focus on being the absolute best, the clearest and the most trustworthy source of information you can possibly be.